I was just listening to a sermon, listening to Bill Winston. Okay, Bill Winston, Billwinson. Living, I think it's Living Word Church in Forest Park, Illinois. I like listening to his sermons because he talks a lot about faith and he lives by everything he says. Um, I don't really listen to too many pastors because I can tell, I don't feel the conviction in them. Some of them sound, I can tell they sound good, but I don't really hear the conviction in them. I don't hear it. I don't hear where the Most High is really in them. I don't really get the anointing off of them like I do with Bill Winston. Honestly, with Bill Winston, when anybody else comes to preach besides him, I don't want to hear it. Because I have to feel something off of you. You have to do more than sound good, or else I can just go to listen to anybody speak. Like, I can listen to anybody speak. But Bill Winston, I can tell that he's anointed. And that's why I like to listen to him. Okay? And he talks about faith. He's a faith-based preacher. He talks about faith all the time. And like I said, I can tell that he has a lot of experience when it comes to faith. Like, he literally has a lot of experience. And other people do too. But the difference is a lot of times the faith comes in. We call it faith, but we have to go through something. And then when a miracle happens after we done been through hell, then you call it faith. But I'm talking about just faith to say, I don't know how, but I'm going to have $100,000 in my bank account by December 31st. See, right now, I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't have a job where I can make $100,000 within a month. I can do okay in a month, but not where I can make $100,000. I have never been one to win any scratch offs or any jackpot or anything. I have not been a lucky person to win anything like that. See, that's the faith I'm talking about. See, when you're able to do something like that, to really just say it and it happens, because your faith it's really the faith in you that's strong. It's not that the only difference between you and somebody else that's not able to do it is because your faith is a lot stronger. And obviously you got to get rid of some of the other things that could be causing blocks, right? You have to get rid of other blockages. But anyway, so I was listening to that, and so he was talking about in the part of his sermon, he was talking about don't come down for anybody. And he was talking about how you have to imagine yourself. Like, imagine yourself healed. Imagine yourself rich. Imagine yourself wherever you want to be. Imagine yourself. Okay? There's some things that I need to imagine is going on with myself. But just imagine yourself. Now, Bill Winston suffered a pretty bad stroke in 2024. And he's back up traveling. And I could tell that one part of his body was weaker. But I'm glad they must have caught it before it became too massive. And so, like I say, he lives what he speaks because he's back up preaching, back up traveling. He went to the, I think, Kenneth Copeland, I guess whatever convention that Kenneth Copeland has every year in Fort Worth, Texas. He's back up moving around. And see, the thing is, it don't happen overnight. And I think that's what's the problem with a lot of people is that they expect it to happen overnight. But you got to understand, you have to be there in your faith for something to happen so quickly. It's all about you and yourself. It's not about what God ain't doing for me. It's about what's in you, really. Because the God is inside of you. So, but he said, he was talking about don't come down for anybody. Don't come down. And basically he was saying that when you have a strong imagination, basically he's preaching like fourth dimension, right? Fourth dimension. When you have an imagination, you have to see yourself in 4D instead of seeing yourself in the 3D. And so imagination is like really moves things. Like you have to have an imagination or else you just can't go anywhere, right? You have to imagine yourself where you want to be and focus on whatever that is. Focus on whatever it is, focus on it. But now let me tell you something. Outside of the church, this is what they talk about with the observer. When you observe a particular thing, then the other reality don't have any choice but to collapse because you observe that one thing. They even talk about that with the slit test or whatever. They talk about that too. But yeah, and he said, but you'll have some people that be like, well, I just can't, I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. And so the thing is, it's a whole lot of people in the world that have that mentality that if I even say I'll have $1 million in the bank by December 31st, 2025. It will be so many people that will say that there's no way that's going to happen. But see, that is why some people don't like being around a whole lot of people. Because a lot of people don't really have the faith. They're very much third dimension. They feel like they have to toil for everything. Everything has to be, they have to work hard for it. One thing about Bill Winston, he don't believe in toiling and he don't believe in working hard because that is to him, according to him, that is part of the curse. Having to toil is a part of, that's the curse. Okay, that's from when Adam had to toil for everything that he had. Okay, so that's the curse. Okay, but I was always a person, I didn't like the idea of having to work hard either, and you get what you supposed to get by working hard. Now, I didn't believe in that because a lot of people are rich off of taxpayers' money, and I'm talking about billionaires. A lot of people are rich off of taxpayers' money, and they don't have to work hard. They are rich off of other people having to work hard when they don't, and they take your money and they tax you even higher so they can continue to be rich. So I never, in this particular world, I never believed in working hard to get all that money. I never believed in working hard to get that kind of money because the richest people did not have to work as hard as some of the poorest people. Physically, they did not have to work as hard. So I never believed in that toiling anyway. I never believed in that. Okay. But yeah, don't come down for anybody. And that actually goes for, if your life has changed, like if you have done a level of work on yourself inside out and you have changed, you should not have to downgrade yourself to fit in with family members or with other friends. It's best to go in and meet somebody where you are. It's just time to have a new group of people to be around. It's best to have a new group of people to be around because if you work on yourself and you get to where you want to be, that's like losing weight. And once you lose the weight that you wanted to lose, you have to be able to maintain that weight. And so once you do the kind of work on yourself to get where you want to be, you want to make sure you stay there and get even better. And it's hard to do that when you have to downgrade yourself to be able to fit in with family members, to be able to fit in with anybody else, to be able to fit in with the world. See, because the world is not really on that level. And in order to continue to fit in with the world, you have to undo everything that you have done for yourself. Okay? And so, I just felt like talking about that really quickly, and I will talk later.